Welcome to our series on live streaming setups. This is a 5-part series where we'll be looking at the essential parts of your live streaming setup and looking at some options that are out there. Today, as you can guess from everything behind me, we are looking at lighting. We'll be looking at each of these lights, how they work, and what they do to suit your needs. In today's video, we've rounded up each of these lights and we'll be looking at the key features of each and looking at the quality of light that they create. We'll then be looking at some sample setups before wrapping it up with some final kit recommendations and thoughts. And remember to stay tuned in today's video for details about this week's giveaway. First off, why is lighting so important? Lighting setups can vary widely with the amount of light that you're using and the look that they create. Whether you're just on a work call and you just want to light up your face to pop yourself out from a darker background, or you're a talking head for an organization like a church, you can really benefit from the professional look that good lighting creates. Ring lights give you nice even light to fill in your face. This is really good if you're just using the light for something like a video call so you can fill in your face and brighten yourself up from a dark background. What's nice about this is that it comes in an all-in-one kit, so you have a phone clamp in case you're taking video calls and a flexible leg tripod so you can easily set this tabletop and not have to worry about moving too much or making a lot of room for this light. This light has 3 color temperature modes in case you wanted a bit of a warmer light so you can have a warmer look on your face. This light is also dimmable, but the range of dimmability isn't that great and you always have to power this via USB. You can fix a USB problem by carrying with you an external power bank like we have here, but the reality is most of the time you'll probably be having this light table side, so it's always plugged into something like a wall or a computer. This is a really nice and basic light to just get you started if you want to get some basic lighting for your streaming or your video calls. Up next, we have the Nanlite Halo 18-inch bicolor ring light. This, as the name suggests, is a bicolor ring light, and as you can see, it's a lot bigger than our previous light. This has the benefit of giving it a lot more output and a much more even and soft fill on your face. As you can see, the opening in the middle is much larger, so this has the added benefit of being able to put a DSLR or a mirrorless camera on a tripod behind this light in case you wanted to shoot in this way. This light has full color temperature control and is dimmable from 0 to 100%. Both of these can be controlled via the dials on the light. So this dial controls the color temperature in case you wanted a warmer fill on your face, and this dial controls the dimmability. We recommend putting this light on a Photix P220 light stand because this light isn't particularly heavy. And what's also nice about this light is that it comes in a kit. So you have a nice carrying case for this light and a phone clamp in case you wanted to clamp your phone to the middle of this light and take your video call or stream in that way. A little bit of a note with the lights from this point onwards, they all don't come with their own stands, so you'll need to get a separate stand. We'll recommend stands for each of the lights, but you need to make sure that you have room in your setup to accommodate for this and that you're thinking about this ahead of time when you get your lights. Up next, let's look at our LED panels. LED panels are really versatile lights. They give you nice, even fill light because the light is spread over a larger surface area, and you can still mount modifiers such as softboxes or grids if you want to shape the quality of these lights. Right here, we have the Manfrotto Lykos. So the benefit of these lights is that they're dimmable from 0 all the way up to 100%. And they're also color temperature adjustable in case you wanted a warmer look on your face. The benefit of the Lykos light is that they come in kits, so you can either get them as single, 2, 3, or 4 kits, and they all come with light stands, the lights themselves, batteries to power the lights, chargers for the batteries, and soft boxes. The Manfrotto Lykos lights are powered by MPF batteries. These are super duper common batteries in the filmmaking and videography world, so they should be really easy to find replacements for. The benefit of being able to either run these lights off wall power or batteries gives you the ability to do away with excess cables if you don't want them. Having the ability to buy these lights in multiple light kits opens up a whole new world of lighting setups, as you're able to use multiple lights at once and you're not limited to just one. Up next, we have the Pilotcine RX50. This is the first RGB light that we'll be looking at today. The benefit of RGB is that it opens up an entire new world of creative applications. So you can do things such as accent a background practical light, such as this cactus back here that we have. It's not actually that bright, but we've got another small RGB panel lighting it up so it accents it a little bit more. Or you can do anything else from creative lighting accents or creative lighting effects. This light has full CCT color as well, in case you didn't want to use its RGB function and you just wanted to use it as a basic fill light, and has the added benefit of being app compatible. So through Pilotcine's CubeSync app, you can control all of the features of this light, including its creative lighting effects, its HSI color, or its CCT modes, as well as being able to access other modes such as color picker mode. The CubeSync app has the added benefit of being able to control multiple Pilotcine lights on the Bluetooth network through its mesh function. So if you had multiple of these lights, or you had other Pilotcine lights such as its little brother, the RX7, which is another great light from Pilotcine with all of the features of this bigger light packed into a smaller body, you can control all of these at the same time on the CubeSync mesh network. This light has the added benefit of having an internal battery, so in case I didn't want to run it off wall power anymore, I can just unplug this and it'll run up to 2 hours on full power. Or if I wanted to power it via a V-lock, there's a V-lock adapter plate on the back. As you can see, we've got a friction arm here, so if you wanted to rock a setup where you could easily change this by moving one lever and moving it wherever you want, you can always do that. Or if you wanted to mount it simply to a light stand such as the Photix P220, you can always do that as well. Pilotcine makes some great barn doors for this light, so you can really shape this light and control the spill if you wanted, and the barn doors come with the added benefit of another diffuser for even softer light. Up next, we have the most unique looking lights in our roundup today, the Nanlite Pavotubes. These lights come in multiple lengths and are RGB capable, as you can see here, as well as being CCT capable in case you just wanted to use it as a daylight or a tungsten light. These long round lights give you a nice diffused look, so you can use them as fill on your face, or if you wanted to use them in the background as practicals to give your stream a little bit of pop of interest in the background, you can always do that. These lights can be also daisy chained together in case you wanted to use multiple at once, and they can either run off wall power or be powered by internal batteries. As I said before, these lights come in multiple lengths, so choose whichever length you need for your purpose. These lights typically come with a little clamp, so you can clamp them onto any light stand that you need or have. So we recommend pairing these lights with any of the light stands that we've mentioned so far today, those being the Manfrotto 1052 BAC or the Photix P2020. The unique shape of these lights really give a unique look to your stream, plus the versatility of them coming in multiple different lengths will really make them useful for your needs. Nanlite also makes modifiers for these lights, such as barn doors if you wanted to control the spill of the light, or grids if you wanted to give it a little bit more direction. This is the Aputure 200D. This is our first COB or chip on board light that we've looked at today. It has a dimmability of 0 to 100% and it's only daylight balanced. Now, you may be wondering, why would you want something like this when it seems to have so little features? The answer lies in two factors. One, it's impressively high output, 8200 lux at 1 meter. I know that number doesn't mean that much to much people, but if you look right now, you can see that it does get really bright. You can see that it does get really bright. There we are, we did it. Our other answer lies in the versatile Bowens mount. The Bowens mount is a bayonet style mount that you'll see on many similar COB lights, and it allows you to mount many different modifiers and accessories to the front of this light. So in case you wanted hard spotty light, you can always mount something like a Fresnel lens onto the front or Aputure's spotlight modifier. Or if you wanted really beautiful and soft light to shoot a face or a talking head or anything like that, you can always mount a softbox such as the Aputure light dome, or you can bounce or diffuse through an umbrella using the included holder on this light. Now, unfortunately, in case you're wondering, I don't have mind powers, so I didn't control the light just then via that, but I do have Aputure's Sidus Link app, which is a brilliant app that controls a lot of their Aputure fixtures via Bluetooth. We recommend putting this light on a Manfrotto 1052 BAC light stand, and if you're using a heavier modifier such as a light dome, we recommend counterweighting this with a 5 kilogram shot bag. I wanted to save the biggest for last. Here we have the Aputure Nova P300C. I know that this is technically an LED panel, but I wanted to really save this big boy for our last light in the roundup. Now, being an LED panel, like the rest of our LED panels today, the light is spread over a larger area, so you get nice and even light. This is Aputure's large RGB panel, so it offers a bunch of features and a really impressive output. All of the features of this light can be controlled either via this control box, which we have mounted to the stand using this super clamp that's included, or to the back of the light using a quick release device. Or you can control this light via Aputure's Sidus Link app. The Sidus Link app gives you full access to all of the controls, such as its HSI color mode, its CCT color mode, in case you just wanted to use this as a daylight or a tungsten, as well as all of its creative lighting effects. You're also able to access some features that you can't access via the control box, such as color picker mode and music sync mode. This light is super duper powerful and really versatile. The power does come with the trade-off that it's really big and heavy, but if you're using a more permanent live streaming setup, you can just set this light up and forget about it. You're also able to mount some modifiers onto this light via these rails. Aputure makes a softbox for this light, so you can soften it up for shooting at the face. Or if you wanted a little bit more direction on your light, you can always use the grid. We recommend putting this light on a stand like the Manfrotto 1005 BAC stand and counterweighting it with a 5 kilogram shot bag. This is a much heavier light, so you'll need the extra payload that the stand can take, and the shot bag is very important so this light doesn't fall over and you lose a lot of money. Now we're going to get into some demo lighting setups. The first lighting setup that I'm going to show you guys is a basic video call lighting setups in case you just wanted to light yourself up for your next video call. As you can see here, we've got the FotoPro ring light all set up. Everything was already ready to go out of the box for this. All I really needed to do was attach my phone. Another thing to note is when we do each of these lighting setups, we'll be turning off these other lights that we have running right now. They're just lighting me up for this little piece to camera. So if we switch to the phone, now we've switched to the phone. As you can see, this is a nice basic setup for a video call or any other video that you may be doing on your phone. It lights up my face nicely, and if I needed a little bit brighter, I can do that pretty easily with the included remote. Alternatively, if I wanted a bit of a warmer look on my face, I can easily do that by switching to a tungsten mode, so I get a nice warm fill light on my face. Up next, we're gonna move to the Nanlite 18-inch Halo ring light, shooting with the GH5, so you can see how a bigger light and a better camera can also make a difference in your live stream. Now we're going to start looking at setups with a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. Right now we've got a GH5 II setup. We're not going to talk too much about the camera, we'll just focus on the lighting, but if you want to know more about this camera, there's a video on our channel. So we're going to set up the Nanlite Halo 18 light. All I need to do is plug in this figure 8 cable, mount it onto our Photix stand, make sure everything's tight. So if we turn it on, it all lights up and we get nice and even fill light on my face, and we're shooting with a higher quality camera. Ignore the mattress, we're using that as sound buffering. Anyway, talking about the light, we can dim or brighten the light in case I wanted to blind myself, or we can make it a lot warmer with the color temperature dimmer. This is a nice and easy setup if you're just using a basic talking head stream, such as a Twitch stream, or you wanted a really overkill webcam. Up next, we're gonna look into more complicated lighting setups with our Lykos LED kit. Now we're going to get into a 3-point lighting setup using the Manfrotto Lykos light kits. 3-point lighting is a really versatile and useful lighting setup used by even the most professional videographers out there, so it will really take your stream to the next level. A 3-point lighting setup is made up of 3 main lights, a key, an accent light, which is right above me, popping me out from the background, and a fill. So we're gonna attach the fill light now. As you can see, we're just using the Photix P300C stands, and we're powering these lights via MPF batteries, so we don't have all these annoying cables everywhere. We're also using the soft boxes so we can diffuse the light even more and give myself a lot more flattering look. So let's look at what this lighting setup looks like on camera. Now you can see the 3-point lighting setup in action with our GH52 setup. So as I said before, we've got the key, the fill, and the accent light. The accent light is a tungsten light that pops me out from the background, and you can modify the output of the fill light to give you more or less contrast. I actually like a little bit more contrast in my image, so I'm going to dim down the fill light just a little bit, so there's a little bit more contrast on my face. This is a really interesting looking setup, and it will really make your next live stream look all the more professional. All right, so we've set up the Nova P300 splashing on the wall so we can give this white wall a big splash of color. We're going to be using the Sidus Link app to connect to the Nova, but when you're using the Sidus Link app, even though we don't need the control box to control, it's always best to have it set up anyway. So we've got the pink splash on. What's more is if I wanted more creative lighting effects, such as a campfire effect, I can always do this through the app. So say I wanted fireworks even, I can turn that on and it'll have a kind of fireworks effect. Or if I wanted the aforementioned candle/campfire effect, I can also turn that on. But for now, we're just going to roll with the splash of color that we had on before. Up next in our setup is the Pilotcine RX50. So first of all, we need to, of course, turn on the light. And the reason that we have the light set up in this position on this C stand is so we can use it as an accent light to accentuate this already set up Pavotube. We've already matched these lights so they're roughly the same color, and the reason that we have it on the C stand is so we can actually boom it over me and have it sitting just out of frame. The other benefit is these barn doors, so we can really control the spill of the light to make sure that it's only pointing towards me and not spilling onto this wall or even this wall that we've already accented with the Nova P300. As I said before, you can power this light either via wall adapter, internal batteries, or what we're doing right now via the V-Lock. So now we've got all of our lights set up, you can see what they look like on camera. To fill in my face and give me a more flattering look and pop me out from the background a bit more, we've also got the 200D set up with a light dome just pointing at me so I pop out from all this color in the back. As you can clearly see, this is a much more interesting setup than the rest of the setups that we've looked at today, and will really take your stream to the next level in terms of looking professional. Whether you're a talking head for a small or large organization hosting a stream, or even if you're a band or a musician and you want to stream some songs, this is a really good and creative lighting setup for you. Any of the lighting setups that we've talked about today could be interchanged with almost any of these lights, so they're all super duper versatile. All you really need to ask yourself is, what do you need for your stream? This week, we're giving away the Pilotcine RX7. This is a small and powerful, fully feature-packed RGB light. We've already talked about this light in one of our videos, so make sure that you go check out that video if you want to learn more. But I want you guys to make sure that you've liked this video, you're subscribed to the channel, and you're following us on Instagram, and you found the post that details this giveaway in order to be in the running. I also want you guys to comment down below your dream lighting setup and tell us that you want that RX7. We're looking forward to reading all of your comments, and remember, the winner will be announced on Instagram, so make sure that you're keeping an eye out. All of these lights have their different strengths and purposes. Whether you're just on a video call and you want to pop yourself out from the background by using something simple like one of these ring lights, or you want to make your stream look a bit more professional by using multi-point lighting setups, combined with the slew of accessories and modifiers out there for each of these lights, you can really take your stream to the next level. So that's us for today. Let us know in the comments down below which lights you would use for your streaming setup. If you need any information about these products, they're all linked in the description below. Let us know if you like this video by dropping us a like and considering subscribing. Follow us on Instagram for the latest in gear updates, gear news, and giveaways. Thanks heaps for watching, and happy shooting.